Oh guys, unfortunately, there are a lot of lies going around today with a 10x stock here and a 10x stock there. But the truth is, some of those stocks are absolutely terrible stocks to own. And yes, once again, retail favorites are in this list, and there's just a lot of danger with these stocks. And some of them are honestly just complete disasters. This is usually one of my more controversial videos, and that's okay, guys. You guys are here to get the truth without the hype, so that's exactly what you're gonna get. So let's discuss these stocks today. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype, and I appreciate you guys hitting the like button on my last video there. It was more educational, less buy this or buy that, whatever the case is, and it did much better than I expected it to. So thank you guys very, very much. I could see right there in the data that you guys hit it a little bit more. So appreciate that. It really got it out to more folks. So before we get rolling here, guys, don't take this as judgment or anything else like that. We all have bad stock picks. I have some picks this year that have just not gone well so far at all. Trust me. It's not like I don't know these things. Everybody has them. The greatest of all time has them. Just, it's one of the common misconceptions with investing is that you're going to invest and you're going to bat, 1,000. You're going to hit on all your stocks, or you're going to hit on 99% of your stocks. And that's just not the reality. The goal of investing is not to hit on all your stocks. It's to hit on most of your stocks. And then when you do make mistakes, mitigating those mistakes through proper mitigation measures that you have at your disposal as an investor there. That was what it's all about, not being perfect. So there's no judgment here or anything else. Trust me, you guys can pick through it and figure out my stocks that suck as well. But I wanted to bring these to you guys' attention because they are some favorites that I hear discussed a lot. And a lot of folks wondering, is there opportunity there? Or is it a great stock or whatever the case is? And so we need to kind of work through all that with these stocks. So first up is Legacy Auto. Ford, GM, it doesn't matter, guys. Just pick one. It seems to be one of those deals to where, for whatever reason, it's a CNBC favorite, it's a hedge fund favorite, and they tend to get us all excited as retail investors about the stock. Now, I understand the Tesla crowd obviously does not like Legacy Auto at all, but remember, we don't represent the entire stock market. We don't represent the vast majority of retail investors there, because when I look at what are the top stocks that retail investors are buying, routinely you see Legacy Auto style stocks fall into that top 10 list all the time. So it's not like folks aren't buying into this hype or buying into this narrative that's being put out there. We absolutely are. So that's why these stocks make the list for me. There could be a trade there. Sure, they could run up, but these are not 10x stocks. These are not stocks you want to own for the future. They have terrible financials. They can't make money for the life of them. They can't, they have huge albatrosses around all of their financials there. You got old legacy style pension systems. There's just all kinds of problems, landmines everywhere. And there's just no way, even if they have a hit product, there's no way to just print money like so many other stocks in the stock market can that are just a far superior place to put your money. You don't need to put your money into something like this that the hedge funds and all the other guys out there are pitching you. To me, just not one I want to touch. So I want nothing to do with these stocks. However, if you want to see if I was starting from zero, from scratch, from nothing, I was starting up a brand new portfolio, what stocks would I add to that portfolio? For just $15, you can see exactly what I would do in real time, exactly how many shares I would buy and everything else. If you decide to take the $250 portfolio challenge from me for just $15, those spots are very limited. They're about to run out. So make sure you get your founder spot right there. I will never raise the price on those folks that stay a member at that tier level. Every other tier that I've ever started in my group, those folks who still have that pricing today. So make sure you snag up your spot before that expires. I'm making my new batch of buys tomorrow in that portfolio. So for just $15, you can see exactly what I'm doing right there. So make sure you get your spot before it runs out. And if you want a full membership because you want to see all of my buy and sell alerts in real time across all my portfolios, see my watch list complete with price targets, take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8 figure Discord out there, jump in on our live coaching that you guys have access to, and so much more, guys. Just check out the pinned comments, see if a membership's right for you before the price goes up and the sale ends. So stock number 2 is Rivian. Now, it kind of got a little bit of a momentum per se over the past couple months. I don't really know why I was hearing a lot about it. I was starting to get asked about it again. Now, I understand they say they were going to be they were going to have gross profitability by the end of the year, guys. But that doesn't mean a lot to me as an investor because I don't care about gross profitability. I care about net profitability, which basically means they are still going to be burning money even when they're gross profitable. They're still going to be burning hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. So to me, when I look at this, they haven't given me any sort of guidance on anything else on actual profitability for real, like real profits to the bottom line. And just to kind of illustrate this, in this quarter that a lot of folks got excited about, they lost $39,000 per vehicle delivered. So that means for every vehicle they sold, they lost $39,000 per vehicle. Think about that number for just a second there before you really get too excited about this particular stock. That is a massive, massive gap per se that they have to make completely up just to break even, much less become profitable on the other end there. So it's a stock for now I want to stay far, far away from. Now, can they get through this time period? Can they figure it out? Can they come up profitable? In a period of time, it's possible, yes, especially with unlimited backing. I guess anything's possible at that stage. You can finally eventually figure it out. But that tells me I got a lot of time till there's something really excited about or something to really get excited about with this stock. So for now, I'm staying far away from Rivian. So stock number 3 is Boeing. It seems like every day there's some new bad news about something going wrong on a Boeing aircraft somewhere in the world. And then there's also news that pops up periodically about what the executives knew and how deep does the problem go. And I'm not even going to touch the whole whistleblower situation and everything that's going on there. We don't even need to go down that rabbit hole in order to figure out just a lot of things. They're just bad signs all over the place in regards to this stock and this company. And even now, the Justice Department is saying it's looking into the max agreement that they made with Boeing in 2021, basically saying they violated that agreement. So I don't know. I understand retail doesn't care about, or I'm sorry, not retail. I understand Wall Street doesn't care about ethics and they don't care about really anything outside of making money in the end. And that's why this stock has any sort of backing behind it per se. But for me, I just feel this isn't the end. I think we're going to continue to see controversies pop up for months, maybe even years into the future here. And I don't see any need to own something like that that's going to have these controversies continue to pop up. What else, what's the next shoe to drop per se? And there's not just one more shoe to drop. There's multiple shoes to drop in my opinion. So it's one, I don't need that in my investing. I think you have plenty of time as things start to fall out. Is it a turnaround play? Well, heck, we can't even get to the bottom of what happened first or what is going on, much less having something you can actually turn around and a management team come in. Oh, by the way, it's going to take a new management team coming in to actually provide some sort of an actual turnaround, plan for this particular company. So for me, it's one that I'm staying far, far away from. So stock number 4 is Lucid. Look, I love the concept of Lucid. I understand and I like the niche that they're in. I've seen the product before. I've never driven it, I'll be honest there, but I've seen it multiple times. Really like the interior, really like the build quality, some of the things like that. However, we're buying stocks and none of that crap matters. And the reality is you just can't seem to figure it out. I understand it gets retail excited sometimes. A lot of folks are just believing in a narrative of 2021 around Lucid and all that good stuff like that. But there's just nothing tangible I can grasp onto in regards to the company and in regards to company performance that's going to translate to something that I can tangibly get to in regards to the stock in order to own the stock. I understand that the Saudis are backing it and they continue to back it. They would be bankrupt if the Saudis didn't back it and didn't continue to pour money into it. So that's a good and a bad there because you have a surrogate basically that's willing to pump money into you. But then on the flip side there, if they ever decide, hey, we've invested enough, you guys got to stand on your own, you're going to be in trouble at that stage. And more importantly, we are not in an environment right now where this particular type of car maker is going to thrive. They are going to struggle and they're going to struggle. It's not like even if the Fed cuts, 2 or 3/4 points, that still is not enough to help a high-end product like Lucid gain a lot of sustained momentum in order to turn this thing around. So it's one that for right now, the environment is just not right. And I don't see any other way around it. And I don't see the situation getting better for them in terms of the macro for at least another year, maybe even longer than that. So for this stock, I don't even want to own. I'm not even going to consider at this stage. All right, so on to the final 2 stocks here. And these are going to get folks riled up. We'll just say that because there's a lot of folks that believe in a lot of these stocks and a lot of what they're about and everything else. And to me, there's nothing tangibly there in order for you to own these stocks and to be excited about. So let's talk about them next. So stock number 4 is AI plays that are speculative. Now look, I am not talking about Nvidia here, who I think still has a very long runway to go before we start seeing any sort of decline in that stock. I don't care what it's trading at right now. Actually, it's trading relatively cheap compared to a lot of other stocks in the stock market. But more importantly, they have demand and basically more demand than they can put out from the biggest companies in the world printing hundreds of billions of dollars. All those large tech companies, your Teslas, your Googles, all those companies like that are buying as many Nvidia chips as they can get their hand on, and that's not going to slow down anytime soon. So the runway for now is very, very long for Nvidia. Now, 5 years from now, who knows? But for right now, Nvidia has a great runway. So no, it's not on this list. I'm talking about the speculative AI plays. I'm talking about the AI plays that have, basically a business model and not much else, or they're burning through cash and they don't really have a path to profitability or anything else like that. I'm talking about companies like that. Those are the ones that were making the same exact mistake that we made in 2021 with all the EV companies. Screw the winners. We're going to come over here and pick these speculative products over here that are either just a PowerPoint or they're just something that's got a lot of hype behind it, but absolutely no revenue or very little revenue, and really no way to succeed as an actual business. That right there is what we're starting to see creep into the AI space per se. And those are giant red flags. And those are the companies you have to stay away from. That's where my mind goes when I hear AI hype. My mind doesn't go to NVIDIA. It goes right here to those type plays. And at that stage, I want to stay away from those type plays because it's going to end ugly for them. And on to the final stock. And I'm actually going to give you two stocks. One would be AMC and the other one would be GameStop. So let me see if I understand this, and I understand. I mean, I don't understand it all. I understand that completely. But some guy posts with a kitty name, post a meme, and suddenly this stock is all of a sudden a great stock and an incredible business model. And according to some in my comment section, the greatest turnaround play in the history of the stock market. I don't know about you guys, but I went and I looked at the actual financials and I saw a declining business that has been declining for years. Not getting better, not growing revenues, not growing profits, more importantly, declining profits quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. But you're right, post a meme and all of a sudden it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So the triple up was absolutely justified. And what's even funnier about this is obviously this happened in my group there. We started really digging into what the heck's going on there. And what we found out was it was mostly Wall Street pushing the pump even higher. And of course, as we've seen, basically, they've already taken more than 50% out of the stock in a very short order. And I can guarantee you they made money on the way up and now they're making money on the way down. It's not Wall Street that's going to be left holding these bags with this particular stock. This was a setup, if you ask me, in my opinion. I have no proof of that or anything else, but I look at it logically. I know exactly how Wall Street works. I have friends on Wall Street, and they had 3 years to figure out how to handle this situation whenever it popped up. More importantly, how to make a crap ton of money on it. And it looks like that's exactly what they did. Now, if you're looking to play, maybe gamble, maybe do something like that, okay, maybe it makes sense for some sort of a trade of some sort. But for me as a long-term buy and hold investor, I want to stay far, far away from all this mess. However, if you want to see if I was starting from zero, from scratch, from nothing, of starting up a brand new portfolio, what stocks would I add to that portfolio? For just $15, you can see exactly what I would do in real time, exactly how many shares I would buy and everything else. If you decide to take the $250 portfolio challenge for me for just $15, those spots are very limited. They're about to run out. So make sure you get your founder spot right there. I will never raise the price on those folks that stay a member at that tier level. Every other tier that I've ever started in my group, those folks who still have that pricing today. So make sure you snag up your spot before that expires. I'm making my new batch of buys tomorrow in that portfolio. So for just $15, you can see exactly what I'm doing right there. So make sure you get your spot before it runs out. And if you want a full membership because you want to see all of my buy and sell alerts in real time across all my portfolios, see my watch list complete with price targets, take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8 figure Discord out there, jump in on our live coaching that you guys have access to, and so much more, guys. Just check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you before the price goes up and the sale ends. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market, and click here to see my exact plan for this market. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.